Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Yes, professional Hans Gruber. My detonators, Hans Gruber is back. And I'm sorry I had to clean up and I had to look like... I looked like this every day when I came back from banking. And all the girls like, oh my goodness, did you? Yeah, I did. You girls could have been there any point in time. I came back home every day like that. Usually I don't do this, you know. Actually, should I do the banking? Yeah, let's do how I look like when I came back from banking. As suffocating as his career, he undid his tie. So this is it. And I'd be coming back and... And I find out the girls actually do like I had a picture of me in a suit. All these girls are like, oh my goodness. And yes, we do have female subscribers. Girls do like the captain. I'm sorry. So, little Ike, yeah. So today's videos I'll be doing it in tired banker Clary. Anyway, I apologize in advance that this feels a little bit wandering and meandering. I try to take notes and organize my thoughts, and I realize we'll have a conversation. This is a conversation I want to have with leftists, and you have got to trust me when I'm saying I'm here to help you. Because there's something that the left, not all people on the left, but many leftists, many liberals, many communists, many socialists want to achieve. And it's just not possible. And what I see them trying to do is, I understand why they're trying to do it, but it is not possible what they're trying to do, and they're essentially wasting their lives. They're pissing away their time on trying to achieve something that is not going to be achieved. And that is what could loosely be considered the goals of cultural Marxism. I say loosely because cultural Marxism is defined differently. But whereas it's very obvious the left and socialists and the communists want equality in terms of finance and economics, they want everyone to make the same amount of money, they don't want anyone being richer or poorer, they view income disparity or high Gini coefficient as a bad thing. They also, a contingent of them, want equality in all aspects of society and the world. They want equality in all cultural aspects, thus cultural Marxism. You say, well, what do you mean by that? Well, let me show you an example here. Look at fat acceptance. I hate to keep going back to feminism and women, but it's where the culture is rich, and by culture I mean petri dish culture, to study this virus or this bacteria of error and falsehoods, sometimes insanity. But look at fat acceptance, right? Men, in general, like skinny, I'll say it again, long legs, tight ass, big boobs, long hair. That's what we like. Genetically programmed, millions of years of evolution, that's what we want. Don't give me this stuff, men like women with big birthing hips back in the fat was the new thing. Instead of saying this is what society wants, this is what is genetically, biologically programmed into men for what they desire, women, feminists primarily, leftists, instead of accepting that as a fact, like the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, they fight that, and they even go so far, they're so deluded to say that you're wrong, you're evil, you're shallow if you aren't attracted to fat, ugly women. And so this is where you get your big is beautiful. There was that video request one of my clients had me do where I had to watch the 400-pound woman eat, and I was like, oh. And here she is, I'm body positive, and my doctor says I'm healthy, and I don't care what the world... And then going on and trying to force a different mindset to make everything equal, to make sure there's no... They are attacking beauty. And just like income, there should be no income disparity. They don't want there to be any beauty disparity. Physique. This is a big push on men. Women are faced daily with the fact that men like big boobs, long hair, tight asses, and skinniness and long legs. Men were lied, or want to be lied to as well, where the truth is, the reality is, physique, strength. Some men have it, some men don't. Depends on how you're born. You can always work your way up to it. But the reality is that women like a big ripped dude who can kick the shit out of other men and protect her children, and also makes a shit ton of money, can provide resources. That's what women like. Okay? Now, me and other men who are sane, not to mention altruistic, or I shouldn't know, altruistic is too empathetic. We acknowledge this is what women want. We don't say, how dare women want a big rip man, But as many of you know, there was that big push to say women like sensitive, caring 90s men, and now you got fucking Pajama Boy instead of, what's his name? Lee Marvin. Right? You don't have the Cary Grants, well, you do in theater, but today, you got this, I mean, look at your average hipster. Look at your average millennial college student. How many of these guys are like just wimpy, limp arm wristed, and they're straight too. That's the thing. The gay guys are more manly than the straight guys. But again, cultural Marxism, the men, the pajama boys, the leftists, your media types, they don't, especially the men, they want to believe this lie that women should find them attractive for their intelligence and their kindness and their compassion and all these guys. Oh my God, I hate using the term, but they're the epitome of white knights. They go up and they try and kiss the asses of women. I see them come out in Forful when we did this stupid thing with the Mad Max Feminist Roads. All these guys who wrote the articles ripping me apart were, I'm sorry guys, most of you I could beat up and I'm not that big of a guy. And I'm not saying that, oh, look how tough I am. I'm pointing out how weak you are. You still believe this feminist leftist lie that women are going to sleep with you if you agree with them. And it's just not true. And then we see it all over. Privilege is another, you're born with privilege. Give me more of that cultural. There was even the article recently that people who are born into nuclear stable families have this advantage. The left hates the nuclear family. They want to destroy it. They want the government to raise children. Oh, you got health privilege. There's IQ. There's intelligence. And sadly, what you people on the left who wish to have, which is the opposite of diversity, which would be, we might as well be robots by that time, because if we not only, you can take money, if we equally distribute money, that is physically possible to do. It has horrible consequences, but you can do that. But to make humans universally equal in all things, you're going to have a very boring non-human life. You're not going to be human. They're not going to be individualistic. And unlike money, though, however, and this is what I'm trying to point out while you're wasting your time, it's not possible to take away and have equality in all non-financial things. You cannot make people beautiful or equal in beauty. And by definition, eliminating the definition, the use of the word beautiful and ugly. If everyone was the same, but you can't do that. What are you going to do? Make people mar their faces? Have men who are really tall get leg surgery? Have us do the Gattaca thing where we increase our leg length to make us taller? Nuclear families, what are you going to do? You're going to force everyone to be divorced? You're going to have kids made in test tubes? Health, how you start. The reason why is not only are you going to run into fierce resistance of people like, fuck you, I'm not cutting my legs, and fuck you, I'm not getting fat, and fuck you, I'm not nailing a fat, ugly wife or marrying a skinny, wimpy-ass husband. You're running into biology. You're running into genetic programming. And whereas money, I have a couple bucks. Let me show you something interesting about money. Okay, here I got a $10 bill. There's a $10 bill. Now, how did I get this $10 bill? Well, I had to forfeit some of my finite time, produce something of value that somebody wanted, and then that person gave me this $10 bill. So in other words, I've said this before, this is merely human time. It is a physical manifestation of human time. And now that I have exchanged my time and made it into something tangible in the real world, you could touch it, this means it can be stolen. So if you stole my wallet, you get my 10 bucks of time. Well, what if I don't work? What if you make all things equal? I make as much as a doctor because you all wanted a $50,000 universal wage. Okay, well, why would I work? Right, so now I don't convert my time into money anymore. Now I scale back. You can't take my time anymore because I didn't convert it into cash. So that's one thing that'll happen. But here's another thing. How are you going to stop me from lifting weights? How are you going to stop a girl from doing her squats or whatever it is they do to make their asses tight? What are you going to do to women who put on makeup? Are you going to force them not to do that? See, it's impossible what you're trying to do. So let's delve into why you want this equality. And then go and explain why it's wrong, not just morally wrong, but why it's stupid. I know, let's not do moral arguments, let's just do logic, okay? And try and help you guys and save you guys a little bit of time. The reason the left tends to hate people richer than them, tends to villainize, criminalize, demonize, come up with outlandish things like privilege and, oh, you benefited unfairly, and focus on it, is because you're lazy. You're just fucking lazy. All right? And that also applies to other things in life, not just financial. Financial is the one thing you can take because it's physically manifested into cash. But you're envious of other things, people who are beautiful. It is so transparent how feminism was created, because you just it's not that you were ugly. What was it? Estee Lauder said there's no such thing as fat people, only lazy people. It's true. You girls don't want to put the time and effort into being beautiful. Okay, fine. Then don't bitch and whine and force men to say that they got to be attracted to fat. And don't worry, it happens on the guys' thing too. The virgin towels, these fake poser MIGTOWs, they're just the same opposite side of the same coin. I can't get no women, so fuck women. They're all whores and I hate women and they all go after the alpha man. They're too fucking lazy to go to the gym and deliver, to have the empathy or the empathy, the selflessness to say, what do other people want? I will go and deliver it. So it's just, and you're still envious of these people that are superior to you in maybe one or more ways. They're better looking, they make more money, they're more successful. Sometimes they're just luckier. And you know what? Then I give you know what? You're right. You do have the right to be envious and jealous of people. Because, like, I fucking went to school. I saw these spoiled little fucks over at the Carlson School of Management where daddy bought them a new fucking brand new SUV. That's when SUVs were new. And this little girl, she came up in her Toyota Celica. It was all brand new. I mean, like, fuck. I wish I had that. But I never thought once that I should take that from them, that I should take the finances from them, or that these guys who are bigger and taller than me, that they should go and make themselves ugly, or I should somehow shame them. I said, you know what? I got to work harder so I can get my own money. I was born into a poor family. I don't have a lot, and that's the luck of the draw, but I have no right to take their money and take it. But I'm diverging, whatever. I'm going on a tangent. That's one thing to be righteously jealous of or envious of, but it doesn't give you the right to take away these things of other people. So sorry, I lost my thought. Just admit that it's laziness. That is why, because you could spend your time and effort in life trying to get good things that people have, trying to attain. You could go to the gym, you could lift weights, you could improve your health. You could study. You could, all these, look at all the engineers, they make all the money. Well, that's because they studied harder subjects. Why don't you study harder subjects? It boils down to the decisions that you make. And if you're too lazy to work hard, which is a perfectly understandable survivalist strategy for the caveman days, laziness was a survival strategy, fine, but admit it. And then don't demand. You can still be envious and jealous. You can still stew in your green and your greediness and your envy. But don't start being an asshole and a tyrant saying that you're owed other things, that the world around you has to make themselves so average that you now are normal. Okay? But here's the problem, and this is why I want you to think about it. Is there anybody out there that is truly superior all over? Like that you could point to this man and say, that man is a superior person to that man, and that woman is a superior person to that woman, and that woman is a superior person to that man, and vice versa. Can you really say that? Because it isn't just money or beauty or looks that determines the quality and caliber of an individual. It is many things. And how the real world works is it's not that one person is superior in all these aspects and traits, but they do one thing, and that is specialize. Right? And that is where you achieve excellence. And thank God that you don't have to be all things to all people and gods in all fields, because of the division of labor and how economics basically works, the law of specialization, the division of labor. You excel and achieve in one field, and people are going to pay you to allow you to buy and purchase everybody else's excellence in another field. And so you can have it, you can sit there and mire in your self-pity and woe is me and everybody's got more than me and I'm disadvantaged. Or you can specialize in something. That's the whole point of getting a job. Right? If you're too lazy to even specialize, to develop a skill or a trade that other people want, that would allow you to be superior in your field, then fuck you. I can't help you. You are a parasite. And in that regard, you are an inferior person. Because you expect society, everyone else has got to go specialize. People got to go become doctors, people got to become surgeons, people got to go learn how to build roads, people got to become the salon people with the nails, people got to learn how to cook. Everyone's got to go and learn a skill or a trade, and you want to sit there and you're too late and then just simply say, the world should take care of me because I'm disadvantaged, and the excuses and the lies you tell yourself as to why you can't succeed. But just admit it, okay? You're an inferior person, and you choose to be. Right? Again, not everyone's going to be superior in all rounds. I obviously am a horrible basketball player, and I'm not a good computer programmer. But I'm a damn fine economist, and I'm an all right writer. Maybe some would even say entertainer. Right? But thank God, because even though I might be a good economist, Bill's not a good economist. But Bill, by gosh, Bill is a really good auto mechanic, and he is superior to me in that. And that's that's true diversity. That's where strength really comes in diversity. Not because of the color of your skin or your gender or what you think your gender is. All right? It's through skills. It's through what you are a specialist in. It's through what you are a superior person in. It's what you wear as a badge of honor. I am a garbage man. Very good garbage man. I am a nurse. Specialized in nursing. That is where all humans are superior, but then we are inferior to everyone else in some other regards. Right? And that's what you should aim for. No one's going to be superior in everything. But I will tell you this. If you're so lazy that you can't even go and specialize, so you carry your own fucking weight in this society, and then you come up with these lies and the woe is me, and you demand other people's money, and not only their money, but you're so selfish and you're so lazy, you demand the rest of the world obey cultural Marxism, where we got to be, oh, I'm so sorry because I'm a white male. No, not 1 second of guilt have I had because I'm a white male. Don't really have a second of pride about it either. You know, okay, I'm a white male. Didn't really have anything to do with it. But the pride that I have is that I work hard. I've supported myself, self-employed and all that. You need to try the same thing. And if you want to sit there and demand other people, not only their money, but other people lessen themselves as individuals, demand that nobody becomes a specialist, demand that no one goes and be superior in any other way or form, to ban the concept of a human being superior in certain fields and categories, well then you're just the bottom of the earth. You're just scum. You're just parasites. And you can join the rest of society and quit pissing away your life, feeling sorry for yourself, right? And stop being lazy and go and specialize and become, excel in something. Put your dot on the map here. Leave your mark on the planet before you die. Or you could just piss away your life. I really don't care. But, in that one regard, there is such a thing as an inferior person. And that's you leftists. That's you cultural Marxists. So wallow, mire yourself. Oh, I'm disadvantaged. Too bad. And yes, it is coming from a white guy. Right here, cisgendered fuckers. So anyway, you make your choice. Not my life, it's yours. I hope I prevent you from wasting it. But, otherwise waste it. It's the worst thing you can do. Toodles.